If you look at the origin of science in the western part of our globe, 400 years back, Newton and Descartes started the ball rolling. The objective of science is to search for reality. Same between us in our ancient India and also in the modern times of the global world. And we went to unravel the mysteries of this physical world more and more, more and more. And in 400 years, we understood everything about the physical world. Every object that we have is made out of molecules, made of atoms made of protons, neutrons, electrons, fundamental particles. What are they made of? They're all made out of quarks, packets of energy. Therefore, everything that we see in the physical world is nothing but energy, energy, energy. We can precisely calculate how much of energy is in given matter. E equals mc square. For example, if I convert this small piece of pen into energy, probably it can burn up the whole of Bangalore city itself. Such an immense energy. Then we also understood the laws that govern them, Newton's laws of motion. That is applicable and known as the classical mechanics at normal speeds. And when you go to extremely high speeds, like an electron spinning around the nucleus, with speeds nearing the velocity of light, then this won't hold. You have to go to the higher laws, called as quantum mechanics, theory of relativity and others. Therefore, in that sense, we have understood everything about the physical world. Therefore, anything physical, we have been a big success. So putting man on the moon, building skyscrapers, underwater tunnels, information technology, everything has been big success. Very powerful pharmacological interventions, surgeries after surgeries. And the surgeries can scan and bring the surgeries at all levels. 5,000 types of surgeries. We can replace every part of the body today. Even we are racing to change our genes themselves by gene therapy, so that your entire personality also can be changed. All that we have done. But we have no solution for the NCDs, because the whole thing roots here in the Manomaya Kosha. Therefore, Yoga, Ayurveda have brought out the strategy to deal with all these things in its holistic vision. It is an integrated approach to deal with the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnana, Anandamaya Koshas. And that is the great knowledge base that our ancient masters had given us, which is now coming to the fore. And this approach of wellness is featured by a lifestyle change. What is a new lifestyle that we have to adopt, which has been the earmark of the yoga way of life, Ayurveda way of life? Yoga is not merely doing some asanas or pranayama. It is a way of life. Has been brought forth so nicely by Honorable Prime Minister in the International Day of Yoga, his presentation to the world at large. It is the science of holistic living, as I call. It works at all the levels. In Ayurveda and Yoga, it has been brought forth as Ahara, Vihara, Vichara and Achara. Ahara is the food dimension, the most important. You are going to hear the wonderful talk by the experts in the field of food. I remember Ram Babuji as an expert in this direction, and probably he has brought out this new dimension of the holistic dimension of Ahara, based on Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Ayurveda things, Tamas, Rajas and Sattva. And the Ahara dimension is most important to set the imbalances to shape and bring Samatva in the world. That is the Ahara. Then the Vihara, the enjoyment that we get should be in tune with nature, in tune with our personality. It should not aggravate the imbalances further. All activities that we do should be in tune to build the balance in the system. That is what is needed. That is the Vihara. Then the Vichara. Vichara should not be limited only to the knowledge of the modern physical world, modern medicine, modern science. It has to be holistic. So, it is called as the consciousness-based approach, in contrast to the physical things of the matter-based approach. The matter-based approach says that everything is nothing but physical. Molecules, atoms, and energy, everything. And we know the last of everything is nothing but offshoot of matter. And Professor Amit Goswami said it is upward causation that has been promoted. There is nothing like prana, there is nothing like mind, emotions, intellect, consciousness, God, goddesses, everything. It is all offshoot of matter. And therefore, once you understand matter, you have every knowledge. That is what the modern science has thought. But now there is a brilliant and big change that's happening. People moving from this matter-based paradigm towards the consciousness-based paradigm. In the words of Amit Goswami, who wrote this wonderful book, he said that a need has come to completely turn tables from matter-based to consciousness-based approach. That is, consciousness is primary, Anandamaya Kosha. Then the Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha. Finally, the physical body. Consciousness is primary, matter the end product. This has to be understood. So this is the holistic knowledge base that yoga or Ayurveda or Ayush system profess. That's the main difference. So we look at man and the whole creation in its totality, and this has been the greatest contribution of India to world thought and culture over centuries or thousands of years. And that has to be brought back. So that needs this lifestyle of total understanding. The understanding of the Adhi and the Vyadhi, understanding that lifestyle is very important, and we have to build this. And finally it should come into action, the Achara. The Achara is the action, the behavior. How do we behave? It is the action in the form of moving from I-ness to we-ness. That is, to expand our personality. Instead of just limiting ourselves to only myself and my body, my wealth, my property, my thing, we must expand to help others, serve others, contribute to others, myself, my family, my surrounding, maybe my village, my city, my country, and the whole world itself. That's the process of expansion that should come in our actions. This should be shown. Gradually you must see that we take less and less from the society, give more and more to the society. Jivane yavat adanam syat pradanam tatodhikam. It's said. That is the dimension that comes. And the whole thing will move from small, petty, individual personality of selfishness towards the broadened personality of expansion towards more and more of selflessness. That makes people to go great and become superhuman, divine human beings and reaching the highest level. This is what the lifestyle professes. And in this process, you learn how to work stress-free and to work with complete attunement to the divine. And that is the real yoga, or karma yoga. To convert every action into a yoga is called karma yoga. Somebody asked me, how is it possible? What are you talking? Always we thought yoga means samasana, pranayama, mudras, bandhas, kriyas, meditation and others. But now you are saying every action can be converted into yoga. How is it ever possible? Not possible. But the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishad tell us, yes, it is possible. And look at the beautiful shloka which Krishna Bhagavan has given to us in Bhagavad Gita, which I repeatedly quote in many places. Pashyan shrunvan sprishan jigran ashnan gachan swapan shwasan pralapan visrujan brunhan unvishan nimishan napi indriyan indriyartheshu vartanta iti dharayan. That is the dimension that comes. Seeing, hearing, smelling, eating, walking, drinking, urinating, excreting. Every action can be converted into yoga. How is it ever possible? It all depends on the special way of doing the action. So what is the special way? I call it the dual mode operation. So for this, it is necessary to recognize the mind in its surface thing and the internal thing, the gross and the subtle level. For example, all of us are now hearing this lecture, but somewhere inside the mind, something is bugging you. Oh, my father got into COVID positive, he is in the hospital, he has become very severe, what is going to happen, is there some surgery or ventilator will help him when he come back, or is going to die, what is happening, something deep within us is bugging us. Therefore, we are all familiar with the two layers of the mind, the surface gross layer and the subtle inner layer. And what is to be done is the inner layer of the mind should be completely tuned to that inner tranquility, silence, peace and blissful awareness. And do all actions that you are doing, like two chambers outer chamber and the inner chamber. Inner chamber should be in silence, tranquility, peace. That's what Bhagavad Gita says. Yogastha kurukarmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya, it is said. Attune to that self, do all activities. What is that self? Tune to that Anandamaya world. All the time being calm, silent, tranquil, peaceful, and then complete silence. Do any activity. Whatever activity you are doing, that turns itself into karma yoga. In another shloka it says, karmani akarmaya pashyet. One who sees non-action in action. One who sees that silence inside, doing all the action. These are the secrets that have been unraveled. We have to bring this. So this is a great thing that should happen to the people at large in the world, to learn the real dual mode operation, to maintain a stress-free action, action in relaxation, action in blissful awareness, action in inner silence, and doing the action. This is what should happen. Therefore, on 4 levels, we have to work on that for the wellness. That is the ahara, vihara, vichara, and achara. That's what Ayurveda, Yoga, everything is going to profess. So, there is a great need for the transformation of the food habits. We have to keep the balance. Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva have to be properly operated. Vata, Pitta, Kapha has to be brought forth. So, for all the patients who come here for their treatment in our Arogya Dham, we bring this dimension. We first measure how much of Vata, Pitta, Kapha are there, how much Tamas, Rajas, Sattva are there, we can measure. And based on that thing, we make a food thing, what is the best for them. So for all the Vata people, we go into a particular place, we have the Vata remedying food things. Similarly, the Pitta and the Kapha. Similarly, Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. So we have normally 3 groups. And we tailor-make the food needed for them for dealing with this thing to bring the balance. Of course, the modern medical thing also prescribes the scientific nutritional things that are needed to see that will bring about this thing. This has to be brought forth. So this has to be talked about the entire thing. Therefore, it is necessary that we bring a holistic vision even in the field of food, ahara. That's very, very important. Because it's the ahara that governs us. All of these modern challenges have occurred because of the wrong food habits and wrong vihara and the wrong acharas that we have accumulated. Due to our lack of knowledge, that's what we had to bring. Therefore, all the universities, including yours, should see that this holistic vision has to be brought forth. So what is the way out in the modern times? In the modern crisis of COVID, we developed yoga modules. Yoga modules for people who are less than 15 years, between 16 to 60 years and beyond 60 years. For prevention, to keep our immune system intact and to keep the wellness and see that damage. So this wellness modality that we have in our country, based on yoga, Ayurveda principles and Ayush principles, we should be able to drive home this dimension to the whole world at large. This is what our Honorable Prime Minister said in the last IDY Celebrations Day. He said, yes, yoga, Ayurveda system has to be brought forth. It not merely taking a medicine, just like people thinking doing one asana alone is the yoga. And we are not prescribing only one asana for the wellness. It is the total approach that we do. And this has to be brought forth. Similarly, people talk about the Kundalini Yoga and they say that is the Kundalini awakening. It's a process of development. It's a holistic vision that has to be brought forth. And once we do these things, then things are going to happen. And therefore, it is very apt that wellness has to be promoted. Wellness and its holistic vision has to be brought forth to the world at large. And it can be the greatest contribution of India to the wellness tourism in the country, and not merely the medical tourism. No doubt we are bringing a lot of people from abroad for our wonderful hospitals with all the facilities that the modern medical system we are adopting here. Fine. But along with that, we must bring this other dimension to have an integrative medical system. So what we need is a real health dimension to be brought forth, that integrative health system in which we have the components of prevention, treatment in a holistic way, and using the best of all the systems to bring the holistic dimension to the entire world. That is the promotion of wellness that we have to build into our entire hospital system. And this is what is happening in a sense because of the COVID. In the COVID, no medicines, no dimensions of preventive things have come up, like vaccines, and therefore people have started adopting, and we have been able to show that wellness is very, very important. And It is this dimension that we have to bring in yoga. Therefore, yoga, number one, works with the total knowledge of the Panchakosha, the 5 systems that we all have. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnana, Anandamaya Kosha. It has the total understanding of the wellness, that is balance. And when the balance is disturbed, you move into the illness. From wellness, you move into illness. And therefore, to restore wellness, you have to bring the balance. Samatvam yoga muchyate. And that balance at all the levels. At the highest level, the wrong knowledge should be removed, the limited knowledge should be removed, and it must become holistic knowledge at the Vijnanamaya Kosha level. And at the Manomaya Kosha, the uncontrolled speed of mind has to be reduced, and you have to bring a balance between silence and action. And the emotional components, you must bring in the dimensions of Daivi Sampat coming, removing our violent dimensions of Daivi Sampat, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. At the prana level, we have to bring the balance of all the pancha pranas, including the kundali, have to be brought into a balance and brought forth. Then at the body level, we have to bring the balance at the brain level, left and the right brain balance, and the balance in the physiology of the things with the right knowledge and with the proper dimension. And coming down to the physical body at all levels, we have to bring the balance, particularly the immune system with the key factor. And it has to be rid of the viparya, to have the right knowledge, and the stressor should not bring big imbalance in the immune system to get it weakened. We have to keep the immune system healthy. And that can bring the necessary wellness throughout the body levels. Therefore, body, prana, the mind, the emotions, intellect, everything has to be brought. And from illness, we have to move through wellness. That can happen only with the holistic system that India has been able to develop over thousands and thousands and thousands of years, millions of years. And this is one we have to adopt. And that is the great opportunity that we have now in the COVID lockdown. And people should be given. Therefore, we have given that yoga dimensions to be operated free of charge. It's cost effective. For staying at home, you don't need any money to be spent. You have to see that you practice that and get that. Similarly, in the hospitals, when they go there, we have the special methods developed, about 5 to 6 different small modules of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, which you can adopt and see that it is done. And this is how we have the complete solution for the solving of the present COVID crisis on one hand, and to promote wellness. And a great opportunity has been provided to people throughout the globe by this COVID, and it has been turned into a great opportunity to bring wellness. And India is the forerunner, should lead this thing and take up and see that the universities, the departments, everybody should work to see that this holistic vision is brought forth and spread everywhere, to see that we have the whole vision of India spread throughout, and all countries are looking to India as to how we solve the problem, and India is becoming the leader, particularly thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister, who has been able to do that, and is going to bring a new dimension everywhere with the selflessness, supporting the other countries, even in the COVID crisis, and bringing the wellness dimension is the most essential. So I thank you all for giving me this opportunity to share with you the dimensions as to how we move from illness to wellness and maintain the wellness, and using wellness as a promotive thing for our industries, for making India great, to support and help and give direction to the whole world at large. Thank you all very much. Dhanyavad.